Are you looking for a unique way to organize your succulents? Then join me today as I show you step by step how these wooden ledges were put together to organize my succulent collection. They are horizontal shelves stacked on top of each other, creating a vertical planter. I prefer using wood because it does not conduct heat even if it is placed in a sunny area during summer. Planting my succulents on wooden ledges allowed me to keep our garden neatly organized despite my massive collection. I was able to save a lot of space. They provided some privacy to our open patio and they added interest to our garden. To put this together, first you need to measure the area where you are going to display it. Then for each ledge, you will need 3 pieces of wood measuring 1/2 inch thick and 5 inches wide, and of course the length depends on the area that you are working on. You will also need 2 pieces of 8 by 6 and 1 inch wood for the sides. You'll need 1.5 inch screws. And for the stand, you'll need 2 of the 1 by 5 inches wood, and the length depends on the height of your area. You will need an electric drill, paint primer, and paintbrush or paint roller. You need to protect the wood to make it last. So before you assemble the ledge, coat the wood first with paint primer and let it dry for 24 hours. Then repeat the process 2 more times. Of the 3 pieces of 0.5 by 5 inches wood, use 1 piece of the wood as the base and attach 1 piece of wood on each sides like this. Using 1.5 inch screw, attach them in place. Do not put glue on the sides to allow excess water to pass through. So these are going to be your drainage areas. Then use the 8 by 6 and 1 inch to cover both ends. Again, secure them with screws. When all the boxes are secured, you can attach them one by one on the stand 10 inches apart. When the ledges are ready, it's time to plant. What you need to keep in mind is to make sure that the plants will thrive. So make sure you amend the soil and create a mixture that will allow water to drain through and not hold too much moisture. I often use 50-50 mix, 50% organic and 50% inorganic mix. So mine is 2 parts potting soil, 1 part perlite, and 1 part coarse sand. You can mix different succulents as long as they have the same water and light requirements. And this is how our garden looked like few months later. Let me show you how our garden looked before we created all these ledges. So this was our front patio. It's open and empty. Nothing so interesting in here. We seldom used this area before. But when I got hooked into succulents and decided to join a fair, I made so many arrangements. I sold a lot, but I still got so many unsold arrangements left. I had them displayed on our patio afterwards. I wasn't very happy with the setup. I thought there should be a way to make them look much neater. When the ledges were installed and got filled with succulents, this area was suddenly transformed into a very relaxing corner. Being surrounded with all these plants gave us a feeling of relaxation and calmness. I can stay here for hours playing with my succulents. I've shown you how organized our backyard was with all these ledges. But what I have not shown you was the chaos that drove me crazy when I started with my succulent addiction. Like most of you, I went out of control. I've been buying succulents like crazy and propagating leaves endlessly. Because succulents make me happy. Guess what? It turned our garden into a mess. But these ledges solved my problem of not having enough space or not having enough time. How I save a lot of time? Because once I planted them on ledges, they stay there. I do not need to rearrange them anymore. I know they are happy where they are because they even produce babies for me and they bloom too. Of course, I need to groom them sometimes by removing all these dead leaves. But that too become a very relaxing task for me, as the act of repeatedly removing these dry leaves is very relaxing too. Plus, I have a very efficient tool that can handle the job for me. This large tweezer for succulents. And if you do not yet own one of these, I suggest you try. It's really good. It is also easy for me to protect these plants because I can just cover these ledges with frost cloth when there is a threat of temperature below freezing. So if you are running out of space for your succulent garden, you can make these ledges, or you can also create these vertical planter ideas by Lulu Valencia, or watch this YouTube video of my friend Love Succulents on how she created this gutter as vertical planters. I will leave a link in the description below if you are interested to learn more. Take care, everyone!
you.